I put a video up and the bike is done and I put decals on it. It's pretty nice. I like it a lot. I put several thousand miles on it. I think like 2,000 miles this summer. So it's a decent bit for a bike. It's getting colder now, but this is the new project. Let's back up a little bit. Is that zoomed out? Yeah, it is. Okay. 71 Stingray Corvette. So this has been my dream car for a really long time, and I got it for what I thought was a pretty good price. Wasn't bad. Needs a bunch of little stuff. It was pretty much roadworthy the way it was. It ran, it drove, it stopped. Not well. A lot of stuff needs to go over. The brakes are actually the thing that I don't have to touch, but like the headlights. This is what I'm working on today. You'll see this. Headlights didn't flip up and down by themselves. The steering is looser than loose. It's really bad. The steering box and the rag joint are both trash. I want to put rack and pinion in the car, but I don't have the wallet for that yet. I can't. My wallet can't stomach that. We'll put it that way. It's not a very original car, so I don't feel bad about changing stuff on it. I'm not going to rip it apart and sawzall the whole thing apart. But it has a late 90s crate motor from GM, a ZZ4 cam. It was like a cheaper option than their actual all aluminum ZZ4 engine. It's a 350 4-bolt hydraulic. The ZZ4 is a hydraulic roller cam. It's actually the same exact camshaft that is in the Camaro that is outside that still hasn't been worked on yet. Trying not to do a ton to this thing. I really want to get the Camaro project on the road and get it out the door, but I do want to get this thing roadworthy, and that includes making the headlights flip up and down. So the headlights, and I have a this is rad support and radiator, because the rad support is rusty and the radiator leaks. So those are two things that I have to do. Hopefully I would get that done this weekend, but at this point I don't know if that's gonna happen because today is Saturday. Probably just get the headlights done. Yeah, so once this thing is roadworthy enough, I'll fix the steering, tighten up the steering box, and put a new rag joint in it. I'll probably leave it. I gotta do some weather stripping on the soft top yet. I bought everything new for that. I have a lot of it in. Window tracks are the suck right now. I did buy some fancy parts for it, so we can go look at those. A lot of it was like weather stripping and stuff like that it needed, but polyurethane just to transmount. I'm not gonna do poly on the whole car because I want it to ride really nice. This should make it ride better. These were not cheap. They are single adjustable Ride Tech HQ series or something like that. They're rebound adjustable, 18 positions. People really like them, according to everything that I've read. So pick those up. I put all new badges on the car. I have stainless brake lines because I like the pedal feel of those. Transmission gaskets. That's another transmission gasket. So rad rubber mounts, weather stripping. These are door. I just decided to get new ones of these for both sides. So it's crank windows, so I gotta replace them. Some carburetor parts that I replaced already, power valve and accelerator nozzle. That's about it as far as everything else is like weather stripping. Oh, this is a shift linkage kit. So I got that. It has an M20 Muncie and a 4-speed, which was optional for this year. So the options that this car came, it was a base model engine, Stingray, which I don't know if that was an option or not. The 4-speed was optional. So I think that was like one of the only bigger options on the car. Yeah, convertible. The convertible top actually isn't rusted away, and it's pretty good. The frame has only surface rust on it, which is awesome. Fuel tank was dirty, but I just poured fresh fuel in it and put a fresh fuel filter on the engine, and that works great. Mufflers were rusted away to nothing, so I put Cameron liberated the actual mufflers for me, and I put these little I had some cheap pipe that I had an elbow I cut apart. Put these little turn downs on it because this whole area back here was kind of getting sprayed in gasoline because it's running really rich. And I think my timing's off too, so I gotta figure out why the thing sucks gas and doesn't run. It's enough to drive it until it gets nice and hot. Once it gets really warmed up, then it doesn't run great anymore. But there it is. It's in dark blue. I'll paint it someday, some rainy day in the future. Yeah, so that's my dream car. Oh, the other thing that I want to fix, well, this doesn't have to be fixed. This is supposed to fall back and down against the windshield. It's like a cover for the windshield wipers. That doesn't work. I have all of the vacuum stuff on the car disconnected. I plugged all of the holes in the carb, which might be why it's running rich. Because there were so many leaks, I just didn't feel like dealing with it. And again, along with the not dealing with it part is the headlights. I took all this linkage apart already, but there was, actually it's pretty simple. So they had these vacuum actuated things. So this arm would come out and in, and that bolt right there would go on right here. Bolts in here, and that plunger, the big end of it would be on the other side of this hole. And so it would sit here, and there's another link right here. So this would drop this direction, and this would swing towards the car that way, and that would bring the headlights, the bottom of the headlights, down into the car. We're going with electric motors, which just pretty much replaced that plunger thing. These are from a mid-90s Miata headlight motors, and it wasn't as cheap as I would have liked it, but it was all engineered for me, so it was like $100-ish for brackets, and they came with these arms. So, and once I get it all wired up, the wiring's pretty simple. It took me a while to figure it out, but there's power and ground you have to have on all the time, and one of these is up, one of these is down. I don't know which one is which, and green is like an indicator that it's running. So that's what I have figured out so far. The only other annoying thing about this project is what I'm kind of starting to work on now, is that for those motors to work, they spin in one direction only. They don't go forward and back. It just continues spinning in a circle. It goes 180 degrees each time. And because of that, the arm hits the bottom of this circle. So I have to take this circle and just take the outside edge here and cut it straight down through the bottom on both sides of the car. So that's kind of annoying and is making this take a lot longer than I thought it would, but such is working on old cars, I guess. Well, that was a nice long video. Bye.